Hey everybody, Edo here, and this is Sagrada by Daryl Andrews and Adrian Adamescu. Let me see if I got that right. I think I did. I apologize if I didn't. And this is one of those games, the hype train is out of control. I saw it online and everywhere, everyone talking about it, thinking about it, posting pictures of it. And it's hard not to argue with that. It is gorgeous and beautiful, and the components, everything about this is solid. I thought it was actually going to be smaller. It's sort of a big box, but once you get into it, you realize that there's a lot going on here. But this is a larger game, but it's light and airy, and I mean that in a couple different ways. I probably should have used some sort of stained glass metaphor, but I failed. I'm sorry. But so, what's going on in Sagrada? Well, Sagrada is a game with lots of dice, and you are going to be essentially dice drafting where you roll, it's two per player plus one. So like in an 4-player game, you're going to roll 9 dice, 8 plus 1. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9. So, you're going to pull out those 9 dice. First player rolls it into the box, and basically everyone's taking turns selecting these dice. They never get rolled again. And where you're placing them is in your stained glass. So super cool thing number one, stained glass, beautiful, unique component. But the other part of it is you put in your, you get dealt a number of these, and then you put in your board card. One, you get to choose, which is interesting, but also they have difficulty ratings, and it's like a handicap depending on what you pick. So you could have more gems, which I'll talk about, or whatever these things are, more tokens, or sort of an easier layout of the board. Really interesting decision. Once you have decided, you're putting this in, and once it's in, you have a couple restrictions in this game. First and foremost, if a spot has a color, you need to use that color die. If it has a number, you need to use that number. Second, you can never put the same number or the same color next to each other. So you're going to be taking a die, and we're trying to fill up the board with our dice. If you do perfectly, you have, by the end of the game, you'll have exactly filled up your stained glass window. If you've messed up or you have some conflict, you might be missing a few, and you get negative points for that. So the game is really going around the table, picking up a die, placing it. You're looking at what's in there, you're like, and you're placing. To give some dynamics to that, there are a few other elements of the game. One, everyone has their own hidden objective. Maybe you need to you get extra points for a certain color or setup or whatever. So you each have your own little objective. And there are also bonus objectives on the table, so goals. So you have your own goals. Where are they? They're in here. You have your own goals, and then maybe there's a team goal. So the team goal might be like, hey, get for a 1 and a 2 next to each other, you get 2 points, or you have columns with no repeated values. So everyone's working on some open community goals and their own goals for bonus points on top of laying everything out. Then there are also these tool cards, which are little abilities that let you swap, spin, re-roll, and these are what you're going to spend your tokens on. So the more tokens you have, the more tools you can use. Otherwise, you're playing across 10 rounds. Nice little system. That extra die gets put here to symbolize the progress on the track, and some abilities let you use that die. Really smart. Once you're done, you flip it over and you tally your score. Really smart. While playing this, I was sort of comparing it and thinking about Role Player, which was one of my favorite games. And it has a lot of complexity and some player interaction. This is pretty lightweight on player interaction. This really is, everyone's just working on their little puzzle in front of them. It's gorgeous, and at night, it's nice. It passes around quickly. Yeah, maybe somebody went for a tool quicker because it was cheaper, or maybe somebody stole your die and looked at what you were going to do. But for the most part, you're just chilling, waiting for the tray to come to you and playing. In some ways, it sort of actually reminds me of Herbaceous. It's that sort of light, easy in, easy to explain, play with anyone, not going to think too hard. It's pretty, but you had fun and you enjoyed it. So again, going into it and knowing there was the hype, but not knowing much about the game other than pictures, I didn't know really where it was going to land. It lands in that light, accessible gateway category of really pretty. I love that category. I highly recommend this one. But again, don't expect too much player interaction. Don't expect too much depth. You're going to pull it out, invite your grandma to play, have some fun, and then perhaps go play another game. So, but definitely recommended. And really, the number of smart design decisions in this game and development decisions is through the roof. Amazing components, super smart, very impressed. So that's Sagrada. Subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Most importantly, play some great games. Thanks. Bye.